Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use, for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting.
4 extras clap back at Adam22 due to lack of support and basically let him know he's moving on to building his own brand. And if you want an interview, you must pay $50K. Meanwhile, this is my latest video reaction.
Off the back, Crenshaw the Fed, Vernon Avenue, I'm back. Off the back, I'm back on Vernon Ave. Dead home, but I came to make this video for all my supporters and all my fans, and to everybody that show love and gave support around this world. That's what I came to make this video for everybody around this world. On Vernon Avenue, I had to make this video for all the supporters and all my fans around the world. Off the back on the dead homies, just for every around the world and every real female around the world, and to all the little kids that show support around the world. On Vernon Avenue, off the back, I gotta show y'all support and give my respect to y'all. On the dead homies, I love y'all. That's off the back, off my back, off the back. Nigga, off the back, I ain't gonna stop saying it. Nigga, that's from my heart. On the dead homies, on Vernon Avenue crib, dead homies. Thank you for all your support, for all your love, for being here from around this world, everybody from around this world, for every real nigga, every real female, for being there for me, support, showing up, showing your to everybody in the industry, nigga, that showed your love, that showed your support. Shout out to Kevin Gates that done pulled up, nigga, Vernon Avenue on the dead homies. You forever locked in on Vernon Avenue, on hood. To every real around this world that shot me out, from the end of the street to the ghetto, to the blocks, to the streets, to the schools. On the hood, I love you. On Vernon Avenue, off the back, on the dead homies. Real female shit, on the dead homies, on the hood. And I always say, love it like you love it. I had to love that one on Vernon Ave, dead homies. I had to make this video to every real nigga, every real female, and every kid, to everybody that showed the support around the world. On Vernon Ave, I had to make it on the dead homies. And I'm healing up quick. I'm healing up quicker than you think. So on Vernon Avenue, dead homies, you better be ready, bitch. Because this the only thing it did was open doors and make me a more animal.
Rexha losing his hand feels like ancient history at this point.
Yeah, it's really like a thing of the past. What it is the more the story comes out.
I feel like we got to be careful to not talk about this in such a callous way. People would still be into it.
No, because here's the thing. Initially, I thought Exes was holding it and his buddy went to light it and then maybe it went off, right? I just kind of learned the other day they were in a call. You know, that's conversation. You know, people kind of got feelings and emotions for that. They champion that.
Issue isn't that this is like not an interesting enough story. The issue is just that we, as people who have extremely short attention spans, just move on to the next thing so quickly. I will remind you that Donald Trump got shot in the ear, almost in the head, and that everybody had completely moved on like 48 hours later.
The dumbest narrative that trumped everything. He had it done on purpose, right? People started to push that narrative.
I'm surprised people didn't say that about the forest. A lot of people, King Pill notably, was hitting me up, basically telling me, like, I know that shit AI. I know you're running a play.
A lot of people thought it was fake. I was hoping it was fake.
Yeah.
My first thing to Lupe and Remo was, tell me this ain't real.
Right.
Right? Not that it was AI. I was hoping he was running a play. Because you can't even bring yourself as a man. Bro, he just had a birthday. He just turned 36 or so, something like that.
Something like that, 37 maybe.
As a man, a middle-aged man, that's middle age. You halfway through 70, right? And we're thinking at the time his whole hand is gone.
Right.
Him being him, right? To have to mentally deal with that.
Yeah.
And it's not your left. It's your right. It's the one you depend on the most, the one you use the most.
The one that you've been telling us that you're very, very good with for the entirety of the time that we knew you.
So I'm bracing myself. The trolling didn't bother me because I immediately injected myself with anti-troll, don't get mad.
Yeah, you can.
Because they coming.
Yeah, you can.
I knew certain people was coming, and I knew that if I responded, they would keep coming. Right? So it was like, all right, cool. He's alive. He can walk. I'm still a little worried about his vision.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that is, but long as he can see, It's other things they can do as far as, enhancement with glasses and things and so forth.
And he just released photos in the hospital. And some of the photos, his eyes look like they're wide open, but that doesn't necessarily mean that his vision is totally bad.
Well, when damage is done to these intricate parts behind our eye, even that has saying. So I'm pretty sure they probably don't want him in the sun.
Not that uncommon for you to lose a significant amount after something like that. One thing that kind of pissed me off is that Lupe called me yesterday and basically told me that she got fired as his manager because people in his family basically think that she's the one who outed the fact that he is having difficulties with his vision. She did not say anything about that. And if anything, I think that she was kind of fudging the truth by telling us that his vision was fine.
I remember she said he's good, right? He has a little damage to his hand. It's not bad. Other than that, he's the same old Forexer. She never mentioned nothing about no eyesight. She never sent no photos or pictures.
Right.
Actually, I'm gonna be real. It's his homies that's sending the photos.
Really?
Who else was in that parking lot left? Listen, motherfuckers say what they want about Lupe. Lupe's not going against.
She loves the guy. Weird because, all right, so I sent him a voice note like early on, and then today, before he actually posted the photos, I went to send him another voice note, and I noticed his number's coming up green right now. So I'm not really sure if he's even bothering to charge his phone or where he's at exactly with that. So I don't know. I'm a little bit concerned.
It's a mental, you got to remember, like, respectfully, right?
You feel me? With Adam22, he wants some type of answers, and he's not understanding that. Let this man breathe, man. You feel me? At the end of the day, you feel me? You have dealt with multiple people on your platform, and don't get me wrong, you may have looked out for extras to a degree, but at the same token, maybe extras cleaning up shop, you know what I'm saying, even with his manager and going on to bigger things. It's probably no love lost. I feel like lately, you feel me, extras been distanced to a degree, and that was for a purpose, you feel me? And now that this happened, you feel me, it's time to, you know what I'm saying, do things on a bigger scale to the next.
Thinking about you and what you represent, thinks about him having to talk about it and expose whatever he's going through. Because you just genuinely wanted to go see him as a brother, right? That's it. But thinking about you, he thinks about this table.
Yeah, like somebody told me that he thought that I wanted to go there and film, which obviously that's totally, I didn't even mention that idea. Obviously it's totally in his hands, and that's every single thing I say, they're going to act like it was like a fucking joke. Because like even in the first one I said, fingers crossed, people are like, oh, look, he's intentionally clowning him. Like, all I'm saying is that if he wants to do content, if he wants to do whatever, we can get to it, but first and foremost, we're concerned about him just being good. His mental health in general, because there's going to be a lot of shit for him to get used to, even if it's just the hand. And also in that photo that came out, you can see that there's something going on with his left hand too. Like his left hand is bandaged up too. I don't know if it was just burnt or if anything could have happened there too.
Bro, like originally I thought all this happened in the open.
Yeah.
It totally changes when you're talking about inside of a car.
Yeah.
Because now the blast is going to dominate even more.
Yeah.
It's here. So when I heard he was a passenger and the other dude took the damage he took to the side of his face and it was Forexer's right hand, now I'm imagining being the passenger, something getting lit and you trying to toss it out that window or him coming this way.
But if it was contained inside the car,
it had to be dead center. I'm hearing he kind of missing a portion of his face and the ear.
The other guy was? I haven't heard at all.
Yeah, everybody know. But he from over there. You know what I mean? But he not. I don't know him for being on social media, but he's definitely. You know, people know who he is, right? He a G, right? He older dude. It's obvious they haven't really showed him or even really mentioned him, so I'm gonna let the 40s or his family, you know, be the ones to do that. But just thinking about the whole situation of it, I ran it. Either he went to throw it out and it bounced back, or he reached over here to window here and it went off. It's one of those things that you got to live with that you wish you could take back. Damn. Right? So it happens to all of us that we did something, made a decision. It's just he's dealing with his physical aspects, and I'm glad his face ain't gone.
Yeah.
And us knowing 4 Extras, he cocky enough and his ego is big enough to where he's gonna make sense out of it anyway.
Right.
His recovery time, if it take most people to recover in a year, he gonna do it in 3-4 months.
Imagine a scenario where he comes back and he's still got that energy, that personality, his hand is fucked up, but he's able to keep rapping, keep podcasting. Yeah, the boxing shit is probably off the table, or at least like heavily modified.
Yeah.
I feel like if he comes back with that energy, he's good. You know, he shouldn't be in any kind of hurry to be like demonstrating who he is again to the people until he gets his confidence
But his
back.
ain't gone.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Well, narrative about his vision is true. Then I'm worried because I feel like that's going to be something that would change.
Well, we
his
might
life
see him
big time.
We might see him in some glasses or even some contact. Might have lost some of it, but shit, you see Trap Lord got Coke bottles on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He tell you take them off. He said, "Wack, I can't see nothing."
He doesn't even have a good story.
Who?
Trap Lord. He was just born with
This boy, that's what I'm
bad
saying.
genetics. It's a UK thing.
So
Good eyesight.
I've been making some calls for him because I got a few people that's like into that type of stuff.
You think Will.i.am is going to get him a prosthetic hand?
And he loves to help our people. You know what I mean? So,
Will.i.am hood vlog.
You know, Will.i.am has a school for the youth teaching kids how to code.
Oh, that's what's up.
Literally, like,
Probably going to have to shut that down because it's all going to replace by AI.
like Will.i.am is into a whole lot of stuff. People just don't know it, right? I wouldn't have known it, but you know, we got close over the last decade and a half or so. And, you know, it's cool. My thing, I've really been trying to figure out in my own head, what could I do to offer him to do?
Extra?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I've been thinking about too. Like, okay,
You know what I'm saying?
What
Outside of
direction should he go career-wise?
I'm gonna be real. I believe, me personally, 4 Extras has a story.
Yeah.
I believe 4 Extras could do a series. I really believe that. And that's something that can get him ahead.
Right.
Right? And then from that, you know, he can figure out other things. The part about it with Nephew is, can he stay his ass out? His neighborhood love him. I hate to say it, but as crazy as he is, everything that comes his way, he endures it. We didn't watch him get out of jail for a week, go back and be on the phone. Yup, I'll be right back. I'm back in here and whatever. Yeah. I'm like, bro. And some people say he like it in night, that he like it in jail. I think he just knows how to adjust and deal with this put in.
Right.
And I think even with this, we not finna see no Debbie Downer 4 Extra.
And that's the main thing that I'm, I guess, a little worried about is just that, like, I hope he still has that same charm that people like fell in love with. So.
Truth be told, Adam say he got a certain relationship with 4 Extra, but look at it like this. Right now, he's all over the place. You know what I'm saying? He has to invest in King Peel to a good degree. And then, you know, he may have messed up and jeopardized his friendship with 4 Extras. On the flip side, if you listen to Wack 100 speak, he doing a lot of helping him and supporting him to keep his mind cool. Think positive, because now you making yourself look like a fool. Because what reason? He trying to hold on to 4 Extra right now, or he want that valuable interview because that's big dough. Just because he say he broke or going bankrupt, man, that's foolish.
It's weird getting back to regular life and just doing podcasts and stuff. Like, our boy didn't just have this like insanely traumatic thing happen to him. And it's even worse because you got the internet and the people just hating on me, hating on people here, acting like everybody is just like turning on him or whatever. And I'm like kind of worried, like, is he falling for these fucking narratives that he's probably hearing secondhand from people?
Well,
I don't necessarily know. I'm just kind of worried that.
First and foremost, it wasn't a NoJumper event at Abinat. NoJumper didn't give him the fireworks, right? So 4 Extras ain't gonna look at you or nobody in this building like they responsible for what happened, right? I don't believe that. A lot of people gonna say, Adam, you're responsible. What you gonna do, right? The job, they like, all right, shit, let us know when you're ready to come back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how that works, right? So, you know, when you running a business, people get paid when they do a job. You get what I'm saying? It's on us to have our own private insurance and things like that. But the internet, they don't have nothing on something on you.
That is part of the problem because of the fact that his sisters are the primary ones who have been taking care of him since the shit went down in the hospital and everything. And apparently they're not super internet fluent, or they're having a hard time understanding all this craziness that's going on. And they're probably seeing all these weird memes. It's like your brother loses a bunch of fingers.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden you have to watch an AI video that someone made of him sitting right here
there
with the firework going off in his hand, which is like, you know, I've just seen so many insane
and they're
things.
thinking, did you do it? I get that.
I mean, like if you're not super online, if you know all this stuff.
What I watched you do.
You love this, huh?
No, I watched you watch a dude go to jail 2-3 times and hold his position. It's a lot of value in that.
Right.
I watched you go over there to his neighborhood and support his video.
Right.
I watched you take it and put it up on your platform. Right? And I'm going to speak on it. Bro, I got a lot of seniority in this build, and I feel like over the last couple years with you, right? And I had to pull teeth getting some shit up on the page. Listen, and I'm not tripping. That just showed the genuine love you have for him. I know what you thinking, like, whack, you're whack.
Right.
Dude just got out. He trying to come up, get his clout. I'm helping build him. Cool. So when I see certain things, I know what that means, right? I'm like, okay, Adam got real love for him because I know how you operate around here. Certain shit is just cut and dry is what it is. Right. So, you know, at the end of the day, he still hasn't contacted you?
No. And honestly, I haven't heard anybody say that they've spoken to him besides the people who have actually gone there. And I don't know, like, the people that are the closest to him, I guess, but I don't know anybody who's talked to him.
I wouldn't read into it in a negative way. You know, maybe nephew just kind of getting his mind together. You know what I'm saying? And he probably knows, I know where Adam's at. I know where he's at.
And for a lot of people like myself, not going online for a couple days or a week is almost unthinkable. Like I've never done that. Like I've just never gone a day without checking Instagram and Reddit and YouTube and all this shit. For him, I feel like he's not terminally online. Like I feel like for him, just like letting his phone die and just being in his own world while he's dealing with this shit is probably a lot more intuitive to him. Like that's just, I don't think he's as internet obsessed as many of us. But
bro, you know, he's in another world. Yeah. We don't even know what world he's in because none of us have not been threatened knowing we done lost part of our body. You get what I'm saying?
None of us, most of us don't really know what this is
We
like.
don't know what that's like.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So, you know, mentally, I know in the long run, he gonna be all right. He's a warrior. He ain't a soldier. He's a warrior. You know what I mean? He's one of those dudes who come from dictating something and dealing with adversities when they're in front of him. But, you know, me personally, I just been kind of giving thought to things I know I got going on outside of this that I could probably like, okay, listen, nephew, you want to come over here and do this, do this. I do know it's something you can do. You being you, me being me.
So as y'all listen to this here one-on-one with the two, Whack 100 and Adam22, you got to keep in mind, this is still content. So on the flip side of that, as they shape both talks and say things, how they say things, implement themselves, having concerns, helping one another, doing a podcast, period alone, you got to think back. What is that 4Xer may be thinking? You know what I'm saying? Was it that, you know what I'm saying, Adam22 wasn't really supportive? You know what I'm saying? It was just more so certain things were said, but it wasn't really no support? Or is it something that already has taken place? And basically, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, he been falling back from him, and now this put the icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying? Because of maybe the way he approached the situation and the way that it took some time to probably go through what he go through with the King Peel situation. You know what I'm saying?
We can probably through the NoJumper type of politics, and the people I know kind of probably walk into and get a meeting at Netflix to do that series because a lot of content they gonna want to use from him here and know that you behind it to make it bigger. So, you know, I could put in a call or two to one of the dudes we know and a close friend I know up at Paradigm and start working that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start putting it together just in case he wants to go that way.
Yeah, I mean, like,
you know what I'm saying?
You know, the first thing that comes to mind is like, are they really trying to make shows about people who have done, you know, like dozens of interviews and vlogs, and there's already so much information about them out there for free on the internet? But then I think of somebody like Liver King, and he had a Netflix documentary recently, and I mean, nobody's more overexposed than Liver King in terms of doing every podcast, putting out reels every day, etc. So I feel like there probably is a version of that, because that's what, like, I've been thinking about this whole time.
It's only 1-4 extras out of the West Coast,
but
bro.
it's like, is this like, I've known people throughout my life in the BMX game, in rap, etc., who like suffer a major injury, and it just kind of feels like that just stops their trajectory in its path. And I feel like with him, there is a version of this in which he becomes way bigger, more successful, and is able to actually like make more out of this.
And the reason why he has more life to himself because he got a team like Adam. You just real modest.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to reach, you can reach. It's a bunch of people that's going to take that call from Adam22. Straight up. You got to remember, you like the fucking, you the cash money of podcasting.
I like that.
Ack is independent right now, but that's right now. At one point in time, he come from something. This is an independent situation.
So because Ack had a deal with Spotify for a couple of years, you don't consider him truly independent?
He is not right now, but you've never had one.
No.
Right? So you got to remember, Spotify, Ack is Ack. They brought him in there because he was Ack. Prior to Ack, he had the thing with him and Joe doing it, right?
Yeah.
So this platform, and I've been working on some things. I didn't want to tell you. I'm just going to just bring them to you and show you what, because you barely have for what you could be. You get what I'm saying? Think about it. If you hearing about people getting 50 to 100 M's, right? And they ain't half of what you are, what does that tell you?
Who got 50 M's?
Wallow and Gilly. I mean, hey. No, get what I'm saying? So I've been working on it through my friends in the buildings. Yo, put it together. I wanted to make sure. I wanted to where it's just on his decision.
Anybody who's telling me, no shot to them, anybody who's telling me that they got like $100 million podcast deal, I would like to see bank records. I would like to see how this all breaks down, because this doesn't, it's hard for me to wrap my head around. Let me explain
something to you.
Sure.
I watched Wallow go cop couple Ferraris, Lambos, couple mansions. He copping them. He built like, this is real shit. Like, bro, you know, and we know he just come on. They did a big deal, a huge deal.
So he's just buying multiple Ferraris.
No, he having fun, but he got, his bag is what it is, so it ain't no stopping it. He's good. So what I'm telling you is, I just haven't told you, but I got my people that's in them places putting together serious packages, because we're missing like 10, 15 different streams of revenue that they control.
Look, me peoples, though, you know what I'm saying? I want to just say this, though. It's been so much knowledge that I got out of this particular video. You know what I'm saying? From different angles, different shavings, to everything. One thing I could say is this. You know, I hear a lot about Whack 100, and he may come off a certain way, or, you know, a lot of people may have made this picture of him. But right now, when I hear him, the way he come off sometimes, it may come off as cap. But bruh, saying some real solid things in a way, you know what I'm saying? On the flip side, with Adam22, I don't think he's confident in his work as much. So, you know what I'm saying? Basically, you know, he playing it differently to himself in his own mind. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I do believe it's people that's making big money. You know what I'm saying? Because people know about overseas, they know about different things that the average person don't know about. And that's real game. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's levels to this shit, though. You feel me? You know what I'm talking about? That's why he shook up, because he's going on to bigger things. And at the end of the day, you think small, you get small. You can have gold in your hands and think it's silver. You know what I'm talking about?
For the next couple months, I'm gonna put on the table this thing that's yours. Right, I help create content, but I feel like that's not really how I'm gonna lay my foundation with you. You get what I'm saying?
I need that.
Yeah,
let's do that.
Because of my reach of other things I know how to do and friends I have around me, it's on me to I could do like other people and say, yo, let me go build my own thing and do that. But the time is right now. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? I can continue to, I can put another 10 stories on top of your 30. So that's just where we at. And
most definitely, Whack 100 is hilarious, man. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like he just mind fucked them the whole interview. You feel me? I'm just gonna keep it in bad to a degree because of his lack of self-esteem or whatnot, you feel me, and all the worrying that he got under his belt, you feel me? But it's gonna be okay, Adam22. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely, man. It's gonna be okay, man.
And like I said, with 4 extras, he know that he got a home with you.
Yeah.
And I think psychologically, he just trying to get himself right.
But do you want to tell the world how much you heard he's looking for his first interview back?
I heard he's looking for $50,000.
Yeesh.
And I will say this.
Yesterday's price is not today.
But don't nobody give a
Wait, what? You don't think people are going to pay 50 grand for that?
It's been too much.
Maybe Gilly and Wallow could
I'm going to be real. If the photos wasn't out and the conversation wasn't out, then
I'm going to be real. Like,
I think they'll pay 50 grand for a documented reenactment.
Okay, that sounds insane.
That's what 50 grand sounds
I'm
insane.
going to put it in perspective to people how many views I would need to get in order to pay somebody 50 grand. 6 million.
That's what I'm telling you.
That's going to be tough. Yeah.
But I'm telling you.
I might have to let somebody else pay that 50 ball, and then he could come back
but
to his
watch this.
Spot.
Somebody like Vlad.
Yeah.
That has the paywall he has. Right?
Yeah.
Will pay that type of money to do a reenactment that's probably 20, 30 minutes long.
Why would anybody want a reenactment?
Because
this is sick.
No, people like to see shit.
They don't like to see someone.
They do. What's the sister name? I think they did one with her. The sister name who had the car accident out of Watts. Apple Watts. They did something with her. You up on her, right?
I personally wouldn't even want to be in the business of offering to do a reenactment of him losing.
Man, let me tell you something. If 4 extras wouldn't have a problem with reenacting, standing on the court, how your day went that morning, they already got the clips of him clowning with the shit in his head. They got that.
If he wanted to do it,
shit. I mean,
sure,
listen,
we could do it. I'm just saying I'm not going to be like in a bidding war for this.
No, I'm saying if he wanted 50, if that was his thing, right?
I would never pay anybody 50 for anything ever. It just would never make sense.
That's well, you can't say that.
Well,
you can't say that. That's because it depends on what the situation is, right?
I suppose.
But what I'm saying is, it is ways where that deal makes sense. Him sitting down on a podcast, right? That probably don't make sense to nobody, right?
No.
But if you give somebody 20 minutes, 15, 20, 30 minutes, a little exclusive.
I was rich then, but you ain't even know it like Rocco. We don't keep score, we just keep on scoring.